Night fam, if you were about to die, what would you choose for your final meal? This is an interesting question, and I'm about to show you convicts sentenced to death and their final meal requests. First on the list, the most American feast ever. Lawrence Russell Brewer was a white supremacist who murdered a black man. Before he got the lethal injection, he requested a meal that seriously sounded more like a fast food menu. But that is not even the craziest part. After the guards granted this huge favor, Lawrence shocked them by not eating a single bite. Upset by what he did, Texas stopped giving special last meals to death row inmates ever since. That honestly doesn't surprise me at all, but the next meal on the list surprised everyone. Philip Workman was sentenced to die for shooting a cop after a robbery. But for his last meal request, he did something far from selfish. He asked the prison for a large vegetarian pizza, not for himself, but for a homeless person. The prison said no, but when people outside heard his last good deed, they got inspired and donated more pizzas to a rescue shelter. Until now, some groups mark his death anniversary by giving pizzas to the homeless. But the next convict for his final meal requested the absolute opposite to that. Robert Dale requested something very fancy. He requested filet mignon wrapped in bacon, shrimp sautéed in garlic, butter and lemon, asparagus with hollandaise sauce, French bread, goat cheese, apple pie and iced tea. And this fancy meal sounds especially extra when you see what's next on the list. What you see right now was the request of the next person. Victor Harry Fegwer took a life in violence, so he wanted his own death to bring a symbol of peace. For his last meal, he asked for one piece of olive with the pit left in. The plan was to take the seed to his grave and let it grow into a tree. And speaking of planting, you will never guess what the next guy asked for instead of last meal. He asked for lump of soil. Convicted murderer James Edward Smith claimed he knew black magic and witchcraft. So when he requested for a special kind of soil used for voodoo, of course he got denied. Officials instead gave him a cup of yogurt. We don't know how angry he must have been about it, but right before he died, he said he would haunt the prison for another 300 years. Now ask yourself a question: what would you choose for your last meal? That choice can teach you more about yourself than you think. Because in the end, this is not about the choice of the last meal. In the end, this is about all the wrong choices that